Beloved Titans, welcome to our TRC Discord server tutorial part 2 today. The title is Search and Navigate, which means we will talk about how to efficiently navigate through the structure of our server and also how to use the search function. I think all of us know these lovely replies if people ask in a community forum about a topic or a special problem, and the response is always use the search function. Let's try to do this today, and let's figure out how it works. So we will start with the perspective of the computer user and with a practical problem, which is the wish list. We introduced it in the last chapter. The wish list is a channel or a thread where Titans can suggest combos for future events, and we will consider that then later on. And in order to organize that in a nice way, we store these combos or these suggestions in a spreadsheet, and the spreadsheet is linked in the first post of this wishlist thread. This wishlist thread is increasing day by day, and so we would have to scroll a bit to figure out where it is, and in order to access it. There are also a lot of questions about scrolling to post 1 in Discord. One solution would be to use Control plus Home, so you could scroll up to the first post and then you could access the document we are looking for. It looks like that. The problem is that if the thread has got a length which is considerable, also this Control plus Home strategy will not work. I will show you that in the example of let's take the Titans talk thread, which is quite a long one, and if we there use this technique with Control plus Home, you can see that it is quite a tedious work, because we just jump up unto the point where the server has to reload. So we have to do this many times in order to reach post 1. So this could not be the solution for general threads which are not limited in length and which are not cleared from time to time. So we need another solution for that. And one solution is that the host pins this first message, and we can easily access this first message, because if we go to pinned messages in the thread wishlist, we immediately have access to this document. We just have to click once and can directly access this document. You could also jump to this first thread then. This is also a trick if you like to have a possibility to go directly to the first post of a thread, because there is useful information concerning specifications for a race or racing rules or something like that. Then you should pin it, and then you can use this jump function. Let's do the same out of the perspective of the smartphone in the next step. It's not so easy, but it's also much more convenient than to do it by scrolling. So we enter the wish list, and in the wish list we touch this headline here, and in the headline we jump to the pins, which means the pinned messages, and here we are. The problem is now we can't access the document directly. We have to jump to the first post, but this is done then by the system, and afterwards we can just go to the link and open the document also in this view. What is interesting here is if you do this in Android with a specific configuration like I do, you cannot access the lines 1 and 2. The first line which is visible here is line 3, which is also a hint to all of the guys who create spreadsheets for our server. Please start at line 3 with the important information, so that I can also, or we can also jump in from our smartphones. So this is the way to do. Let's repeat it once more. In the wish list, we jump to the pinned messages and then to post 1, and then we can immediately access it. It works also from the main page of the server. You could go to the search bar and here to the pinned messages, and then you would have to scroll and you would also find it, because in general there should not be so much pinned messages. Just pin the messages which are really important, and then you could directly jump from the main page into the first post of the wish list and also access it. Let's talk about this search function a bit more in detail, because it is very useful. You can also use a couple of filters here in order to access your posts very quickly. If you just remember that maybe you have been mentioned in a post, you're already on a good way. And then if you remember what was the post about, so I remember, for example, that I have been mentioned in a post, and the post was about Asterix, so I could have a look and search for that. The problem is I don't find it, and you have to be very precise because we have a bunch of French guys here. You cannot just write Asterix, you have to write Asterix properly. If you do that, you will find your post immediately. The problem is, on a German smartphone it's not so easy to write Asterix properly, so therefore I had to prepare it before recording this video. If you don't manage to find it like that, you could also go another way and say, okay, I need more information, and I know I was mentioned in this post, and perhaps I remember who sent the post. There's a lot of traffic on this server, therefore we had to wait a bit, but then we can also find it very quickly. So these filters are very useful. You can filter from which person the post is, you can filter who is mentioned, you can check out in which date, or if it was in a specific channel, or if the author was a bot or was yourself. By the way, we do not have any bots at our server. It is very important. It was built up from the scratch without any templates, without any bots. It is so clear as it can be. So let's switch back to the computer view so that we can also have a look on this search function from the computer view. You can see the same here. You have the wish list, you can directly jump in, or you can use the search function also with mentions, if you have been mentioned, or if another user has been mentioned, concerning the links. More or less exactly the same fields which can be entered there then also in the smartphone view. So I hope this was useful for you, and thanks for participating.